Hi, this is Lakhi Singh, the property fixer, here to fix you and help you grow your property and your business affairs to the next level. So if you're looking for knowledge and insights about how to get involved in property, solve your problems about scalability in your property business, then do watch our 20-minute clips. We've taken them from hundreds and, well, thousands of videos that we've taken over the last 6 months, and we've broken them into simple chunks which can make them useful for you. So do watch and do subscribe to our YouTube channel underneath as well.
Hard to say, unless you've got a sort of crystal ball, but I got a feeling it's going to, a minimum is going to be 10%, but it could go up to about 30%.
Based upon the things we've discussed, interest rate hikes, Brexit, unemployment, potential overspill of pandemic continuing.
Yeah, it's a perfect.
As well as sort of more money being pumped into the economy and the government not having any additional resources. I mean, what's your gut feel of what the percentage fall could be? And I think this could be the. I think we could even see that 40 or 50% fall in property prices.
Yeah. You could well be right. I could go higher. You could see what's called, what I would say, a reset, a total reset in the market. You know, going back to almost, it's like an analogy. I'm going to the Iron Age, but it could be a total reset in the property market. And yeah, 50% would be a reasonable crash in the market, because we've got, that you pointed out, perfect storm. You've got high unemployment, high redundancies. The furlough scheme's coming to an end soon. We don't know if the Chancellor's going to extend it. And then if the companies can't keep staff redundant, so that's more spillover into the market, which affects more people and their mental health. So, you know, it's almost like very concerning to me personally to see what's happening, and I know eventually we'll come through it.
So do you think
there's going to before?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's definitely a lot going on in terms of which way the market could go. I think we've covered pretty much the topic around the crash. The question is going to be how should people be managing themselves to cover the worst case scenario? Let's because if everything goes well and nothing goes bad, then I mean, there's still a lot to do, because you still need to find a job if you lost your job. Property market, there's still a huge, I think there's a backlog of about 100,000 court cases where tenants haven't paid their landlord, and they can get away with it because the way the government structured it, it's the landlord that suffers. So that's going to take about a year for somebody to go to court and try to get their money back. So I think we as an organization are going to have to scale up about maybe 1,000-fold, because you can have nearly any, at least one out of every 5, or 2 to 3 out of every 5 landlords out there who are going to be caught up in this tangled web of the overspill of you could call it the pandemic and Brexit and a global sort of meltdown. So that is going to be, I think they're going to need help to try and deal with the bank, trying to deal with I mean, it's a very unreal sort of weird sort of situation. I'm just trying to work out really how anybody's going to be able to get out of this. Any ideas about being proactive or what people should be doing, Raj? What's your thoughts?
Well, the first thing is obviously take care of your health. Your health is the most important thing. Look after, your mental health as well. I use is what's called a journal. So if you're feeling down, the other thing is try to connect with people. Talk to people.
I think it's quite tough for
Can't
some
meet them face to
people.
face, which is really sad. Yeah. Especially when you're a landlord, entrepreneur, you don't really want to ask for help. But in these unprecedented times, reaching out and asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. And landlords as well, they must be going through. They've got no one to turn to. They're like, well, this is a situation. We've had recessions before, but this situation, we've never experienced this. In this case, reach out. If you're a landlord that's looking to restructure their portfolio, reach out to Lakhi Singh and his team. If you're putting through no fault of your own, if you lost your job, reach out. That's what I would suggest. For people who are looking for work, what I found also helpful is if you were working in retail, you definitely got transferable skills. Now, you've probably heard that looking for a job is a job in itself. So what you need to do is sort of schedule. But think about this: the more you do it, the better you get. Get your CV done, get your covering letter done, even connect with people on media on LinkedIn. Say, I remember there was this one guy, he really thought outside the box. What happened, he was looking for a job. He applied for so many jobs, didn't get anything. One day, he stood out on the road with a sign saying, looking for work, please call this number. Now, I think that's really creative. Now, I'm not saying everyone can do that at the moment, but coming back to your point about landlord, definitely reach out, because like you said, there's over 100,000, probably more cases that have been backlogged, and that's going to take slowly to get through. We don't know how long this pandemic is going to last. It is actually frightening to a certain extent. I was talking to friends and family that I've never seen them so ill, and I said, look, forget about everything else. You concentrate on your health.
The viewers now a little bit about the sort of things we're doing as a company to help the problem. Yes. You could actually say, me, my team are Mystic Megs, or you could call us good at planning, or it's luck. But we've been saying for about the last 10 years to people in property and business that there's going to be a massive correction, and haven't really been the flavor of the month when I go to events and things, and when I have a one-to-one chat, people that are trying to sell the sort of the rah-rah, saying this is going to happen. It's amazing economy, things are going to go really well. So haven't really been the flavor of the month, but now I think we were skiing uphill at the time, but now we're sort of skiing downhill somewhat, because all the solutions that have been put out there are all related to helping people out of complex situations. So I'm going to quickly shoot through 5 or 10 things that we're doing off the top of my head, which I think could be really helpful for a lot of people out there. Number one, most important one, is that we've got an number one is that we've got an income opportunity which allows people to basically create a new income. But we normally charge £2,000, but we're discounting it for basic membership to £0 for the duration of the pandemic. But the pandemic seems to be going on and on and on.
I know.
We just thought it would be like for a couple of months, but we decided to extend it. So that's quite a prominent thing. So, definitely become an associate. So I think if you're looking for something as well, Raj, I think I suggest you join the Rescue Associate registration on rescuemyproperties.co.uk. So that's number one solution. And why would people want to do that? Sorry?
I'm already a member, so I'm already a member. So I suggest that everyone, after watching this, go to his website and join if you're looking for an income opportunity, because you can do it from home. All you need is a laptop, internet connection, you're ready to go. And it will also, I think, give people something to, something to look forward to as well, because we've got a lot of time on our hands at the moment.
Okay, so
I highly
focusing
recommend
on
it.
the
I've been on the website, I've looked at the videos.
Okay, and just to give us a flavour, what type of people do you think the RAC model can help you, do you think?
Well, I actually think it isn't. If you've got transferable skills, and everyone has, you're good at communicating. Build a product or a service to a customer. You're quite, reliable. All these factors and skills that you can transfer employment. Now, let's just say let's just say an example. Someone's a mechanic, all right, car mechanic, and with the pandemic, they've seen that they're to want to have their cars fixed, or has gone right down. Maybe they had staff they had to lay off, sadly. This opportunity will allow you, done as a mechanic, to transfer into the Rescue My Properties opportunity. If you've been in sales previously, like I have, use those sales skills to develop into this Rescue My Properties opportunity. So I don't really think it's industry or skill specific.
Okay.
I just desire
I think they're very good
to join and build a team. Yeah, I think it's basically for anyone who's looking for work. It'll lead to, because what will happen is you'll develop skills that you may have had or lying dormant, right? And they may come out to the fore. And then what happens is you find other opportunities. You see, I always say one of my favorite motivational speakers was Zig Ziglar, late Zig Ziglar, and he used to say that it's not the actual opportunity, the person to the opportunity. And if people haven't heard of him, he was like Brian Tracy and all the other American motivational speakers. A lot of them started their careers in sales. I was, until I was made unemployed, you can learn a lot of skills. So the other thing is that you don't have to be aggressive or a hard-nosed salesperson. This is more about helping people. So it's like, for example, negative equity, because like the mortgage payments have gone up, or a landlord who's like, oh God, this is really headache, like 10 properties, 20 properties, tenants, because they've lost their jobs, not their fault, they can't pay the tenants, so I'm forking out money from my own savings. It's getting to me, I'm getting stressed, it's affecting my family. People are looking for solutions. You've actually got it's an excellent time for this. Even full-time, so you could do it part-time while you work around your other commitments, or you could do this full-time. But I highly recommend
okay, I mean, what we'll do is
you
just to give
have a look at the videos.
Yeah. Okay, you're sort of cutting in and out a tiny bit from time to time, but basically.
But like negative equity.
Experience, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think so. Based upon your experience, just to tell the viewers, how would people make money from that, and what's the process?
Process is obviously you find client, and you could either do this through your group or network, or you could go on social media, maybe LinkedIn, find out those people, maybe just connected. Hi, what I do, I'll just give an example of what I do when I'm connecting with people on LinkedIn. Someone will want to, I like someone's profile. I'll say, hi, I invite you to join my professional network on LinkedIn. Quite like your profile. And then I'd start a conversation, just say, understand you're into property. Just tell me a little bit about a landlord, or I'm also, oh, great. Yeah, great. You're great. Are you looking to restructure your, it just has to be more like a conversation. You know, you don't, and I'm sure Lakhi does, is someone briefly looks at your profile, sends you a quick message, and they're trying to sell you whatever project and service they have. No, that's not the right way you are. They've got to, especially now, whereas with before, and I digress, that you were meeting people and you got the body language and the eye contact. On social media, you know, they got to know you as a person, and you got to realize that the other person that you're talking to, if you mind the pun, is also a person. You know, it's not just a prospect. So if and just build up a conversation, and then just say, well, I understand what you're telling me. I understand from this conversation. This is
okay. I mean,
would you be interested in that? They may say yes, they may say no.
There's quite a lot of information there. So I think basically, if you wanted to become an RSC associate, you can join www.rescuemyproperties.co.uk. It's absolutely free during the COVID-19 pandemic, because we're encouraging people to find another way of getting another income. So the main 4 or 5 things that Raj is saying is that just have to build up your network and talk to people and see what help they need. It doesn't matter what it is. They may need some finance. They may have a legal issue with the landlord, or they, you know, as a tenant, landlord may have an issue with the tenant. They may be, they're short of money and they need finance. They've got a negative equity issue, and the bank may be foreclosing if they don't deal with it properly. It could be just that somebody wants to look for a new income, so you could be also introducing them. And if somebody does take on the gold package, you would also get the commission on that from you. The gold package is normally 10,000, but we reduce it for the duration of the pandemic down to £7,000, I believe. And the silver package, which is normally 8,000, reduced it down to 5,000. So there's a lot going on with the RAC model. So that's number one thing that we're doing as a company to assist in this very weird sort of movie that's going on. The real movie is actually worse than any sort of horror sci-fi that you normally watch. We may be taken over by aliens, I think. Watch out, aliens about. Okay, so that's number one, the rescue associate model. I think it's there to support you. DM us if you want to become a member, you want the links. I'll be sure to reply back and give everybody information. Contact Raj if you want. Raj is probably quite a good guy to try and support you through the experience. He's got plenty of time in his hands. I'm sure he'll want to support you in the process. Okay, number 2 is that
I'd be happy to.
We've also set up a prop tech company now, which is there to help people who've got.
Very interesting.
We'll be launching it in the next few weeks, probably by the end of March. These sort of things take longer than you always anticipate, but we've been working on it for over a year now. And it's going to be a combination of TripAdvisor, a bit like TripAdvisor, and also it'll be regional, as well as there'll be a different fee structure. So if you're selling a property, we'll be selling it at 0% commission. And what happens if you want to sell it quickly, then we'll be charging 1%. But the way we will be making our money is that we'll be charging the buyers a fee for 2%. So it'll be a model. It's a model that's actually based upon current market circumstances. So, and that will be an online model as well. So, but we'll be able to do the whole lot online. So it'll be competing against the likes of those 2-3 other companies. I can't remember what they're called now. One begins with an R. I did this joke yesterday as well. Another one's with Z, I think. And there's another one that begins with a P, purple something. But we're going to be called Laurel.
Yeah.
Laurel
Properties. Come to mind.
Sorry. Yeah, they don't come to mind actually. Yeah. So basically,
Laurel Properties. Yeah.
So our model is going to be based upon.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I'll come back to me sometime. So good one, Raj. So basically, we're going to be